Andersen.
Well guys, here I was coming outside to do the water pump and the belt tensioner, and there's a bird in the garage. I just opened the door hoping that it'll fly out somewhere, but yo dog, the door's open. Where are you? Alright, well anyways guys, welcome back to channel Andersen. It's another late night adventure right now. Trying to reseal our water pump that I just recently did, but unfortunately didn't get the seal right. So we're going to be doing that, and at the same time I have a new belt tensioner and pulley for it because it's causing a bit of belt noise right now. So I know the tensioner is old and tired, probably original from 1995. So we're going to get that swapped out so I can finally start daily driving this thing. And I think that's for the most part, like barring a few other little things, but as far as drivability and, you know, not losing fluids, that's kind of what we need to take care of to be able to daily drive it for the time being. Automatic transmission weeps a little bit if it sits, but if I run it every day it doesn't. And we don't know if the automatic's sticking around forever anyways. So I guess I'll just say hint hint, nudge nudge. Also hint hint, nudge nudge. M163 and E420 are chilling outside. I did a ton of wiring on the CLK55 earlier. That thing is making a ton of progress, so we're getting there, but let's go ahead and dive in. I've been avoiding this for long enough. Out of my way back in. And we got Motorsport hardware lug stud kit that showed up for the CLK55 too. We'll be doing that soon. This thing, got it a while ago, and I also have spacers. I keep forgetting I have to put them on the rear. I put them on the front, got to put them on the rear. So once we finish this up, tackle that, it'll be sitting pretty for our daily driving activities too. Okay, well I'm going to dive in. I don't really need to walk you guys through any of this for the water pump because I literally made a whole video part 1 and 2 for this. So I'm just going to try to rip through this, get it out of there, and first I need to drain the coolant, everything. For the belt tensioner stuff, I will include you guys because it's the first time I'm doing it, and want to get a video for it for you guys. So let's get into it. Alright guys, quick update just for kicks. Coolant's drained a long time ago. Got everything off pretty much. Already got 3 of the bolts off. I'm just working on the bottom left one. I have it all the way loose. I just got to get it out, or I think I'm just going to pry this off, to be honest. I haven't taken the fan off. I haven't done a lot of the things I did last time. And yeah, it's just experience, really. It's making this a lot easier. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to yank this off and see if I can squiggle it out of here, hopefully. Good catch. She is out. Alright guys, well here it is. From what it looked like, it was leaking right at this bottom little corner, that little 90. And that's where it felt the most wet after I pulled it off and was taking a look at it. So yeah, I'm gonna not do the RTV this time. I'm just gonna use an O-ring with a little bit of RTV on it, and yeah, should be good this time. Alright guys, it's getting real late, so I'm going to bed soon, but I got the mating surface cleaned up on the water pump side, and I noticed something a bit unusual. If you can tell, this circle is pretty oblong, and this side over here is very thin. And comparing it to the OEM one, it's got a lot more mating surface on here. So That's not great. This O-ring that I have is out of like a standard kit, but it's like a perfect seal, perfect fit. Fits even better than the one that came with it, and it's a little bit oversized, so I feel like it's just a safer option. But yeah, I don't really like the fact that, you know, doesn't have that extra flange width on it. And to be honest, guys, I don't even think this water pump was bad. Like, it's still smooth. You know, it's probably tired, yes, but maybe it was weeping a little bit. I did feel a little bit of something. Yeah, this part, guys, not very much meat on it. So it's kind of what you get when you go for an aftermarket pump, but in theory, doesn't matter how much is out here as long as this is sealing properly. And I don't think our leak was coming from up there anyways. I think it was coming from down here. So that is it. I am officially exhausted, so I'll catch you guys tomorrow night, where we will get that side cleaned up and get the belt tensioner on before we move forward with anything. What's going on, you guys? Night 2, working on the C36, and I'm on to the belt tensioner. Taking a look at it right now, and I'll show you guys comparing just kind of where it's at. It's basically sitting like this in the car. I don't have a light with me right now to show you guys, but basically sitting like this, one bolt up top, one bolt on the side, and then one bolt kind of hard to see underneath. You need to get the pulley off first to get to that bottom bolt, so that's what I'm going to try to do now. It is a 15 millimeter nut, I believe, so hopefully I'll be able to spin that free without tension on it right now and get it crack loose, and yeah, start the progress on it. Alright guys, got the 15 millimeter nut off, and the way they designed it made it really easy actually, because it's you turn right for the tension and then back the nut off to the left, so it makes it easy. You don't have to like do something crazy and hold it in place. So see if I can get this off here with one hand. There we go. And again, haven't taken the fan blade off. This thing is definitely original. And it's a 119 part number, so this was used on a bunch of different stuff. I think I have one of these actually off of the E420, but we got a new one, went with a Phoebe one, so let's go ahead and take this out, compare, see if it's the same. All right, Phoebe pulley is indeed the same. It's got 3 holes here. Has one extra hole on this one, not really sure, maybe for pin setups, but yeah, I think we're good. This bearing still felt good actually. It's not like crunchy at all. Maybe a little bit dried out. Ton of dirt on it anyways, but yeah, we'll get this thrown on once we get this in here. Alright guys, old tensioner is out, and in all honesty, probably the easiest belt tensioner I've done. I mean, they're not like terribly difficult on the M113s, but there's just a lot more room to work right here. If you were doing this with the water pump in, good luck. At least take the pulley off, you could probably get it, but having the water pump off is definitely the easiest way to do this. Nice and easy to access all the bolts. So I'll go ahead and throw factory bolts back in. I'll put a little blue Loctite on them just to be safe. They weren't that tight in all honesty, so just kind of good and tight, and the pulley as well wasn't very tight, so don't need to go crazy with the torque. Get this on here. I got the mating surface cleaned up for the water pump. I got the water pump cleaned up, so that's O-ring ready. I'm not going to put any RTV on it, just going to put a little dielectric grease to hold the O-ring in place while I'm setting it, and be real careful to kind of align the dowel pins first try and get a bolt in, because last time could have been what messed things up. I got it set in with the dowel pins, let it go to go grab a bolt, and the dowels didn't hold it in tight enough, and it ended up falling off, and then I had to readjust it. So it wasn't bad, it like slipped off a little bit, but it could have been enough to mess it up. So anyways, get this back on here, we can continue on. Okay guys, new tensioner is on. I'm not gonna lie, it was a bit of a pain. The blind bolt at the bottom and the fan being in the way was tearing the back of my hand up, but that's alright, it is tight. And now I'm gonna go ahead and put the pulley on, then we can move on to the water pump. Alright guys, pulley is on, it's installed. Moving on, time to get this water pump situated. Okay guys, just went over and cleaned everything once more. O-ring is in with just the electric grease to hold it in place. Mating surface is clean, you guys can't really see, but I'm gonna go ahead and try to snake this in here. Key thing, like I said, gotta get a bolt started before I let the thing go, or at least like hand tight actually. Alright guys, a little while later, the water pump is in, tightened it down to 17 foot-pounds. Got the lower hose, the cooler hose attached, or the auxiliary hose I mean. Belt is on, tension feels great, better than it did before. Got to get the hoses on and then fill it up with coolant, and fingers crossed of course, but let's go ahead and finish up these last few steps. Alright guys, we are all buttoned up, ready to fill it up with coolant. Alright guys, well, she is all filled up. I went ahead and bled it. I'm basically just squeezing the hoses till the coolant keeps dropping down. It actually does a really good job of like self-bleeding when it's off. You can hear it bubbling through and as you fill it up, but it is late. I'm gonna go ahead and start it still though, because I'm curious now and went on through all this work, so might as well. So yeah, let's go ahead and fire it up. Gotta open up the garage and then see. Alright guys, I'm gonna leave you right there. Go ahead and start it up. No more belt noise, that's awesome. Puddle that I cleaned up, so keep an eye on it, but so far so good. Alright guys, I know it'd be hard to hear me, but so far so good. I'm basically just letting it sit until it gets up to temp, which is going to take quite a while just sitting still, but it's climbing slowly, reaching about 60 degrees so far, so just let it go here. I'm not going to drive it, I got to move the cars, so in the morning when I wake up, I plan on taking it to work, but I gotta move both the SUVs, which I'm not gonna do right now, so I'll let it idle here. Alright guys, it's up to temp now. I'm just gonna wait till the fans kick on, and then we'll close it out here for the night, and I'll catch you guys in the morning. Alright guys, well, I've been waiting quite a while. The fans are not kicking on because it's staying dead even right at about 90, so I will just catch you guys in the morning. Alright guys, played the game of musical cars. We're free and clear, ready to go to work. Finally get to drive this thing again. Everything looks dry underneath, so the only thing left to do now is just drive it and check on it after doing so. so no leaks from the water pump. However, I did notice that the trans pan is weeping a little bit. Now this is from weeks worth of it sitting there, and it doesn't really do it if you drive, but I don't know, maybe that's the sign we need to throw a set of these in. What do you guys think? Let's go to work. I can tell you guys right now though, not having that belt squeak when you start up is super nice. Relieving. You guys, this feels so good. I remember exactly why I love this car so much, just from driving it for about 30 seconds. It's so good. I love it. There's a reason why this car, out of all the crazy AMGs that Mercedes has produced over the years, still is my favorite. Just the way that it runs, the engine, the inline six, it's just an experience like no other, and I love it. I love it. Alright you guys, we're up to temp, no problem with having some fun. This car is quick, man. Just left who was ever behind me in the dust. God, this thing's fun. Alright guys, finally settled in at work, and I gotta say, I feel so relieved and happy to have the C36 back up and running for two reasons particularly. Number one, just to have it back, of course, that's like plain and simple. It's awesome to just be able to drive it and have it up and running and not needing anything at the moment. Number two is I have so much stuff on the plate right now, particularly with the CLK55 and trying to get that project all sorted so we can get it driving and good to go. It's been taking a lot of my attention, so having this off of the back burner, just one less thing to worry about, one less thing to think about. There's still a lot, but I'm trying my best to whittle my way through all of this very full plate of projects on the cars. But yeah, thank you guys for checking in, and sorry I've been kind of here and there on the videos and upload dates. Try to always do Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays. Sometimes it doesn't happen, but you guys are getting a Thursday video today, so enjoy. Also, shout out to Nuke Performance. I'm rocking the lanyard for work that they sent over with the fuel rails. They are working on those. They're doing another iteration for design so we can get those set up properly for the M113s and M112s. So I will keep you guys posted on that. But yeah, that's it. I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.